Well, trash from people living on a lot in Duluth's Cody neighborhood has been piling up for years, leaving residents there wondering who's responsible for the cleanup. The parcel of land in question is located on Highland Street and 62nd Avenue West in Duluth. Northern News Now's Sophia Lauber spoke with city officials who say there's one man to blame, and he doesn't even live in the city.
Residents here in the Upper Cody neighborhood say this site on 62nd Avenue West has had countless problems, including trash, human waste, needles, and even a camper caught fire here this past winter.
There's a lot of empathy for homeless and a lot of empathy for those that are addicted, but at some point, those groups that are out there to help, we have to figure out another resource to help clean up the aftermath.
Residents growing frustrated by the lack of action. But Duluth Fire Department Deputy Chief of Life Safety, Jonathan Otis, tells me his team isn't ignoring the site.
As a community, we need to really look at who is ultimately responsible, and that is the property owner.
County land records show the property is owned by Jordan Roman of Hibbing. City officials say while cleaning up on public land is straightforward, private property limits what they can do.
It's an absentee private property landowner who just frankly doesn't care.
One landowner impacting an entire community.
And then it becomes a safety concern for the people that are living there and also for the residents in the neighborhood.
You know, in this case, we've spent tens of thousands of city dollars, cash and staff time addressing this one over and over again.
Over 7,000 of those dollars went towards a cleanup in 2024. But even that requires permission from the landowner.
In many ways, the city's hands are tied by state and federal law protecting private property, leaving both city leaders and neighbors frustrated. In Duluth, Sophia Lauber, Northern News Now.
Yeah, very frustrating situation indeed. Sophia, thank you. City officials say that they have no way of enforcing that Roman actually takes action or pays the numerous citations that he faces. They say they've begun working with the city attorney's office to prosecute Roman.